It'd be really, really interesting to take on the way that smaller groups that can discuss.
Hey.
I know that sentence because everybody starts to become.
So I would love to actually take that further if there's a way that we can really go into
That's it.
Not in our own little, universes that we somehow stick it together. Not an aggregate of because how do we actually influence each other and change the way we see things?
In general, I think we share a common concern of upcycling and recycling existing materials and critiquing the way of modern construction methodologies and where they have taken us today and where they have placed architecture today and the problems that face us with these approaches.
My whole broadcasting this.
이거 줌 여기서 연결돼요. 네, 여기 보여요, 이걸로. 네.
Speaking from here, Felipe, you, and
So what the graph there for the initial conversation that we have before it already
okay, so
so of these common things we found in the material.
You want back the video?
No.
I was just thinking if you need to check.
Yeah. Maybe we can go back to Zoom and just start with Zoom now, set it up.
Yeah.
Because it starts soon.
And so none of us really.
It's the same link or?
No. Let me send you that. 감독님 잠시만요. 그 나무님이 여기로 들어오시라고. It's give me the link. 아니요, 그 다비드가 이게 쓰는 게 낫대요.
It's yours, thank you. So the Zoom login, except the channel.
네네네.
왜냐면 사람들이 이 뮤트를 안 하면은 또 이렇게 스크린이 막 변경하고 그러니까 전체 뮤트가 되는 세팅으로 가야 돼. 스피커만 떼는 거.
네, 그 나무님이 아마 지금 들어보내주고 계셔서 조절해 주실 것 같아요.
someone is. They'll be after the.
Yes, what do you need?
I'm changing the name as
Yeah,
CC.
CC opening.
Inside. There's nothing. I think the outside is for guests. Oh wait.
네. Yes.
The Zoom link to the event now.
Yeah.
Where can we send it?
Where did we send it?
Yeah, can you send it?
It's in the CC group chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's why I want to be here.
Exciting.
This is the CC Instagram live. This is why I'm
So we'll show them the
yeah, the
cool
t-shirt.
t-shirts
Yeah.
done by.
Yes.
You're at the UAE.
And then the QR code.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a QR code.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
actually didn't see that. That's fantastic.
And there's
Hello,
Taiwan.
hello. I hope people start showing up. I mean, the students, they start. You opened it, so
Yeah,
people
yeah, it's
will
already,
just come in.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So do we know how many people are in here? 14.
Yeah, so maybe, I think Namu's in charge of,
Excellent.
so he'll let everyone in once it's time.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I bet there's people waiting, like, to
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah.
네네네. 아, 저 아직 안 가봐서.
소리 껐어요?
네, 네. 소리 이거 아마 나오고 있을 거예요.
껐다 켰다 그래야
네,
되고.
네. Excuse me, is there a bathroom?
야, 내가 알려줄게. 이거
아, 네.
잠깐.
네, 네.
내가 가지고
아,
있어.
저는 화장실 안 가도 되는데.
그
네.
바throom이 어딘지 알죠?
아, 아니요?
그 행사 시작하면 한번 가야 되는데 어떤
Hi, Corinne. Hi. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
we'll find someone
entrance-
to,
네.
to go.
Okay, we'll be there.
여기 있거든요.
네. Yep. Bye.
나비드는 지금 그 세팅하느라고 못 가는 거죠.
네, 지금 아마 저거 봐야 될 것 같아요.
I have to do an introduction, but
It's the Instagram live for CC. Yeah.
hello
everybody.
Hello.
They don't let me in the
Ah, grazie.
Are you going back to the pavilion?
She's brought the stand for her to.
Yes.
Yeah.
The entrance. Yeah, I can go.
Yeah. I'll look after this, yeah.
I
Grazie.
can only bring my phone.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You can take my phone to talk to Corinne.
Text to Corinne.
Okay.
We thought it would be worse, right? Something that we have money to carry. So there's Sunday, they didn't do much. There's one thing that really
Oh. Yeah, it's very hot here.
Like I said, all the fish is sold. I don't know the mercado
It's all here.
It's already.
But there's one, remember, the private, the last one was a little bit more easy to design. The one to take your time reading. We were able to take
It works okay, no?
Yeah.
Did you manage the internet and everything?
I'm just connecting to mine so that when I'm moving around.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, and David is using his hotspot, so I think we're good.
Yeah. Where is he? Hey, well, she's in the
But it's pretty.
other place. Sorry, I had some family matters I needed to deal with.
Yeah.
Sudo got stuck in the door?
Yeah, because of the QR code.
Still?
Yeah.
Did he come in time or was it?
Yeah, he was here. And yeah, it was simple setup, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll call you on the phone.
It's so funny that the commissioner wants to be cold and so if something happens, I told you that we only have numbers. So it's going to be a little ridiculous. Like he calls one of our commissioners and one calls the other and he says, no, it's called me. That's how we receive it.
Not yet.
There's so much in miles of it. That's where the bed is. Which one? Exactly. That's the one we did. The one you want to do. That's what I was thinking about trying to explain that from our it's not able to do that. Going there just keep with the weight. The one that is there with the broken. And there are I always think that actually that's happening. I feel right now. So easy. I'll post it like yeah, now we have every Sunday and they treat us very well. They give us these big boxes of food and we were like, super nice. Yeah, the four of us. And then we came here, but to the end here we don't no, it's like a single thing. There would be four. But the people from the Canary Islands that make the central space and the big views of the air terminal. We have a lot of like y ayer me compró algo. Hola.
Oh my God! Hi. I'm doing an Instagram live right now, so that's happening on the side. But wow, nice to finally.
Nice to meet you. Finally. I'll leave you to. I'm just gonna find it.
Yeah. You saw Haewon, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna be back in it.
Yeah. David, I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. Grazie.
Welcome to the opening of the Unisage, which has been organized with the network of operators event. We have an exciting program for the next 3 days, starting right this morning, engaging of the craft, of stage competition organized.
Welcome everyone once again. We're really excited. It's a great lecture and it's really exciting to start this celebration together with all our colleagues, our fellow curators from all the other national participations.
Hello everyone. We are so grateful that we're all here today, collectively, and all the curators and exhibitors. And I am thankful for all the contribution. And we have prepared this all together, all these pavilions coming together to make this event, the Vernissage, possible. So let's celebrate, let's have dialogues, let's connect and enjoy these few days of the Vernissage celebration. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. So basically, I'll just jump in and we can go straight to the Bench in Venice competition and welcome all the students that are joining us live from all over the world. So please follow me. Yeah, so we've received 133 submissions from all over the world, and we congratulate 3 winning schemes, students that are from Chile, from Mexico, and from Canada. The Bench of the World is already built and is now in our pavilion. You can see it right there. It has material from Vogt landscape soil bricks. We also have a beautiful small cushion from the Japanese team's pavilion. We have the concrete from our pavilion, the MGO cement, as well as the wood that was used in the CO2 chambers. So congratulations to those amazing students for their great work and for their real support in upcycling the material that was left over from most of the exhibitions and the pavilions themselves. So maybe Dalia, you can pan around and we can then give a minute if the students are there to say a hello and a word or two.
Yeah.
So,
should we start with the Bench of the World?
yeah, you can stand there.
So, hello everybody, I'm Dalia. Very nice to meet you and thank you again. It's really a wild success. So the bench that what I just introduced is this one right here, the Bench of the World. Do we have Alexis and Gonzalo on the line?
Alexis, Gonzalo, are you there? Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay, so we will try the other 2 winners if they are there to also say hello and a few words.
So this is the second winner. This is Bench ? Which was entered by Roberto Calderon, Emilia Villanueva, Braulio Marin, and Eduardo Camarillo from Mexico. Are you guys on the line?
Are you guys there? No. Oh yes, you are there. Okay, great. Lovely to see you. If you guys would please don't mind say 2-3 words, that'll be great. Thank you. I just want to let you know that your bench will be installed in the Japanese pavilion grounds actually on August 30th. So very soon, hopefully, your bench will be realized in the Japanese pavilion. And then we'll move on to the 3rd winner.
Yes, this is the Space of 6 Circles by Sigi Buzi and Jinsu Park of University of Waterloo in Canada and Mendrisio in Switzerland. Are you both on the line?
Yeah, hello.
Would you like to just say a few words about your proposal?
We're very honored to have been selected, and we're really excited to build this.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. I mean, your bench is also built. It's already in storage, and it will be also placed hopefully on August 30 at the Spanish Pavilion, at the entrance of the Spanish Pavilion. So again, thank you, congratulations to everyone. Maybe, Dalia, would you like to also pull out the poster, show them the poster we've got?
Yeah. So, this is the poster, A Bench in Venice.
And thank you to Sarah Shab for the amazing design of the poster. Yes. And A Bench in Venice branding.
With the exhibition wall. So these were the prompts that you guys responded to in the brief. Benches connecting in the present, benches portal to a different place, bench as coveted during the pandemic, Bench is avoided during the pandemic. Bench is a cultural symbol. Bench is solving a practical need. Bench is an individual. Bench is part of a collective. Bench is fixed, and bench is wandering. And all of these proposals have responded to these prompts in various different ways, which is what makes it such a rich exhibition. So then we can fold out the poster, and here we have all of your names and educational institutions listed here with the date of today's date, which is the
27th.
27th.
And this will stay up until the closing of the Biennale. So the exhibition will be up, and we have all the submissions received. Not everything is on this side. We will, if we can walk to the other side, we will show the remaining exhibiting the remainder of the schemes that we have received. So you can probably show that. Yeah. It was truly a real collective effort from all the curators, collective support, every single curator. And as a fact, we know that as a fact because just to list a name of the countries from which we've received submissions, we can start with Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, Brazil, Canada, Chile, China, Cyprus, Czech Republic, France, Germany, Hong Kong, India, and then Indonesia, Iran, Italy, Japan, Jordan, Korea, Lebanon, Malaysia, Mexico, Peru, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Singapore, Slovenia, South Korea, Spain, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, UAE, UK, Ukraine, United States of America. So a truly global, it reflects our truly global nature as a curators collective. Thank you everyone. And I think now it's time we can switch to the Philippines Pavilion where we can, the team there can present the manifesto scheme. Yes, and here we have from the judging committee, please Violetta from Vogt Landscape, come say hello. Alex, you're here.
Hello.
Like, come say hello. Who else from the judges? Hi, one, you're a judge. You say hello. And Roberta, you were on the judging committee. Just please say hello to everyone and the students. Yeah.
Hello, and congratulations for your wonderful project. I like that so much as the party of creativity today.
Thank
we
you.
are very, very happy and congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And Rafal, also from Poland, was one of the judges. And unfortunately, Sarah from Pakistan and David from Canada are not with us. Who else am I missing? And Fiona, also from Albania, is not with us. But thank you so much, everyone, for this amazing effort and a truly collective spirit we celebrate it today. Thank you. Right. Oh, Hashim. Hashim is here.
This is not only impressive, very, very good. I'm really, thank you so much for living up to whatever we aspire for and more. Thank you.
Thank you, Hashim. Thank you for joining us.
So let's
move
to...
so we can move to the Philippines Pavilion and to the... Yes, please join us, Hashim. Great to see you. Hello, hello. I think the connection is there. So thank you for your support, Hashim, really, on this project. I mean, let's thank Hashim for his support on really giving us that.
Hi, Dalia.
Hi,
nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you. Isn't it funny?
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. They told you that they want you to I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah. Great. Yes. Yes. And those we can attend those meetings. Yeah, they're open to public. Right. Okay. Okay. Ah, excellent, excellent. Like you're doing here. Okay. Ah, great.
So I saw.
How are you? You're good?
From which city?
From where in Chile? I'm not sure. UTEM.
They're on the. What's that? They're all. They're all. Every single university. And that's their faculty.
If you talk, you can. So there's Católica and
there's so many.
So this is here at the UAE.
Yes.
The Spanish. This is in front of the Spanish.
Yes, it'll be up on the 30th.
And then the third.
And
that is.
That will go in Japan.
In Japan.
No, sorry, that's in Spain. That's the other one is in Japan. That's in Spain and that's in Japan. Yes. 30th.
Oh.
Yeah, there's one in our already.
And then, so the rest will be the opening will be on the 30th.
Right, we don't have an opening. I'll be there with people. I'll let you know.
Because the 30th we have
the award. Yeah. No, we'll do it in the morning. The awards are in the afternoon. We'll do it in the morning. Yes. Good. But where's the manifesto people?
Felipe and Roberto.
Ah, yeah.
I think maybe one is just for me. The microphone is
Good.
Yeah, but if you stay there, it's okay. Yeah.
You just give us a sign when you're ready.
It's already. You can hear.
Oh, you can hear.
Speaks a little bit.
Yeah.
So that it can pick up. So.
We are actually talking not to you guys, so you're just the side audience.
Address everyone.
Sorry.
No,
but we want to do the same. So a very, very warm welcome, everyone, here in this wonderful pavilion of the Philippines. My name is Peter Bertenberg. Next to me is Helge Moselmann via the Curators of the Austrian Pavilion. And since this is the kind of initial moment, the opening moment of the Curators Collective Medisage event, I also want to use this opportunity to thank our hosts here as well as before our host in the United Arab Emirates Pavilion for providing the opportunity to have these wonderful spaces for our first larger public gathering of joining as a Curators Collective. One thing to say perhaps is really that this is a very special edition of the Biennale Architettura. It's very special not only because of the moment of the pandemic and everything that comes with it, of course, but it's also very special that it's the first edition in the history of the Biennale Architettura that saw the coming together of more than 50 curators of different national pavilions and joining in so many different meetings, online, exchanging thoughts, helping each other out, offering mutual support and
starting different forms of collaboration. And since many of us here in the circle are now members of the Curators Collective, all of us, at least most of us, will remember that we had so many different meetings over the past 18 months, almost over the past 2 years or so, in which we had the opportunity to share our interests, help out each other, offer solidarity, offer support. These monthly gatherings, they were really a beautiful source of support for each of us, and I remember them very, very, very fondly. And also I remember that it was amazing to see how working groups are formed, and people started to collaborate across boundaries of different nations, working groups on a bench that we saw as results of the design competition we saw presented just before, also a manifesto group, a group working on common themes that connect different pavilions, also a group that was providing a walking tour to bring together the different initiatives, the different pavilions, and raise awareness of the layout of the Biennale in the city of Venice. And when we saw all of these activities emerge a couple of months ago, towards the beginning of this year perhaps, then we thought that it would be wonderful to find a moment, a midpoint in the duration of the Biennale in which we could all come together and share our experiences, not only within our own group, but also with broader audiences, audiences online, audiences that would meet here in this very space across the very different sides of the Biennale, and that we could exchange our experiences with all these many different groups that have the possibility to come together. So this was and is still our ambition, our aspiration, and I look really forward to the next couple of days.
So we keep saying that this moment of the Medisage is an extraordinary moment, and I don't think we're exaggerating. It's not just the halfway point of this very special Biennale Architettura, but for many of us congregated here today, it's also the very first time that we can actually meet each other in person, in physical space. So it's presumably also a very emotional moment for many of us. It's a moment for us to celebrate this coming together, but it's also a moment to demonstrate how we've collectively responded to the general theme postulated by Hashim Sakis, how will we live together? And I think this is really important to understand and to stress in order to understand the motivation behind organizing this Medisage. Because I don't think there's any exhibition in the whole Biennale which understands itself as a kind of concluding point, as a final point of a travel. In many cases, the exhibitions are actually meant as the starting point of a conversation, often very urgent conversations. And this is the ambition of the Medisage here, to allow for this to happen, to prepare and open up opportunities for these conversations that we can all engage in them. And so in that sense, I suppose, we could also actually see the Curators Collective itself as such a response. It demonstrates the agency that architecture can have, what architecture can do to open up spaces for us to come together at times of isolation and separation. So that's very important, I think, to understand that it's about beginning and opening up a conversation. For that very reason, we've also worked very hard to enable as many of these events to also be followed online. As I think this now, hopefully you will be able to follow us online. And you can have a look at the CC website. There's a very detailed program available. Also, many of the national pavilions have posted their events on their social channels. So please have a look if you want to follow this in more detail and see what's happening across the next 3 days. It's an exciting program, and there are really many different things that are planned and will happen. The particular circumstances of this, of the way we organize this Medisage also means that all the on-site events are taking place within the spaces of national pavilions. So that means that sometimes visitor numbers will be limited. So if there's a particular event that you're very keen on attending, please make sure to arrive there in time. The spaces, as I said, might be limited. However, we also have the opportunity to gather in larger numbers. So we're very grateful to the Dominican Republic who are organizing a meeting with the local press here in Venice. So this is a very important moment to engage with the city that we're actually celebrating in and that we are congregating in. This is today at 5 at the Pavilion of the Dominican Republic, and you're all very welcome to attend, and there will also be drinks. We will also have the social gathering at the fish market tomorrow, where also everybody present here in Venice is very warmly invited. But now, without any further ado, I will pass on to the next working group that this Curators Collective has generated. It's the working group on the manifesto, and we're really looking forward to learn more about this. So thank you all for joining us for this hopefully very exciting next 3 days. Thank you.
Hashim wants to thank everyone. He has to run, so maybe we can do a quick thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is unexpected. If you can come a bit closer. This is a little bit unexpected because I was crossing from this side to this side, and they said you need to stop in the middle.
Yeah, just to say,
thank you.
Yeah.
What can I say? I just wanted to say thank you for the collective because they came together, because they brought us together in doing that, and they elevated the theme and the discussion and the aspirations for coming together from across the world in a very, very beautiful way. I am not only grateful, but very moved, and will take this with me as one of the most beautiful things that happened as a result of this Biennale, and thanks to the collective will. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, no problem. Hello everyone, hello to our friend of the Manifesto Group. The Manifesto Group was founded in CC, Collective Curators, on the proposal to leave a written testimony of the pandemic period and the direct experience in the Venice Biennale of the curators of this special edition, with so many challenges as social distancing and closing borders. Invited to answer the question how we will live together, the curators, on the other hand, found themselves unable to share any physical space together. And for this reason, the desire to be together became stronger and stronger within the group. The manifesto intended at the beginning to propose answers to a selection of questions formulated by the curators. On an experimental basis, it became a document composed of questions of various kinds, ranging from architecture to more existential themes, highlighting that in times of serious uncertainty, questions more faithfully reflect reality than answers. We would like to invite you to visit our works on the CC website and to send us your question to add to our question. Thank you. I would like to invite Felipe to explain what is the manifesto working now.
Okay, so starting from the Manifesto Group of the Evolving Manifesto is a group of curators of the Venice Biennale interested in a collectively considered response to the problems and events around us. In the context of multiple crises affecting life as we know it, it became clear that questions on diversity, rather than answers on universality declarations, more truthful reflects the uncertain times we're living. The hundreds of questions collected by the curators have become the material to be used, added, curated, constructed to develop diverse manifestos. In turn, this manifesto became a different kind of material to inspire other manifestos. The Evolving Manifesto began with the question of curators and continued to extend out to absorb the questions of the public. The questions are not necessarily meant to be answered, but to reveal perspectives and convergences of perspectives. This awareness is a crucial step for collectively addressing the kinds of problems we're facing. So the website will be launched pretty soon, and we'll share it with all of you. Thank you very much.
That's the Braille manifesto.
Yes.
I spoke to one already. Okay, so this is so in the work in collecting questions, we each interpreted the questions or worked with the questions as materials. My take on it was actually I commissioned the Italian Union of the Blind and Partially Sighted in order to translate all the questions into Braille so that it is accessible to all. The idea was because we received questions in multiple languages and multiple, Korean, Arabic, English, Spanish. So what is language? How do we communicate? What is, the thinking behind it is re-questioning even those tools or mediums that we have at hand. This is, the result is the Braille Manifesto. And the rest is maybe Annie is online and can say a word. Yes. And also Christian and Ryul. So
they're both here, so I think we can connect to them.
Yes, so please.
Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Questions and what are they not? And I started to look at what manifestos are and what they are not. And I just started to write down what people said they were and what they said they were not. And I made a list, and it turned out to be kind of like a manifesto. Christian pointed out it's kind of like a manifesto itself. So it's a little bit of a reset. It was in a period when we were trying to figure out what are these questions, what are they functioning, how are they functioning, and what in fact is a manifesto at the beginning of the 21st century. And it was very interesting to juxtapose both what it is and what it is not. And then we see that from that, it's really, manifestos, I think, are in a really very different place. In some ways, in a very different place from before, but in other ways, they're still very traditional insofar as they have something that they're for and something that they're against. So maybe the structure is the same, but the content is in fact very, very different. Thank you.
Our contribution was based on the to bring some sense into the question by ordering them so that they become a flowing text, which is then structured into several themes, like general questions, questions related to the pandemic, questions related to the environmental crisis we are in, questions to education of architecture.
And also feminism, and how can we women change or influence the world?
And we just try to bring them into a relation that it becomes a flowing text where you jump from one theme to the next, and therefore a bigger picture emerges on what the concerns are right now and what has to be addressed, so to say, in our current times. That's it.
Thank you.
I mean, you can check out the website. There are also other contributions that kind of relate more to the process behind, like the thinking behind. Some statistical evaluations of the questions, like who sent it, from what background, and some internal letters that we send to each other to clear our mind and our thoughts on what we are doing. Also a lot of things to discover on the web exhibitions. Thank you.
Great, so let's start the research event, and we'll move on to the next event. It's in the British Pavilion.
Yes.
Yes,
1 o'clock.
Yeah. So let's all move and.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Christian, here.
You want to say? Yes. This is the one.
We exhibit, yes. They were going back and forth. This is the problem. This is Valentina. But she's very good. Very good. She's okay. We're happy.
Say something.
Hi. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, it's so great to have this today.
Yes, the
yeah, I didn't make it. I got the design. Okay. Well, I'm going to say hi, but yeah. So right now this will get saved onto this, so we can also upload this at some point. But I think, yeah, this might be an easy way for like the general public to see what's happening. Yeah. Okay.